Good morning, everyone. So without much ado, I'm going to welcome my colleague Rita to take you through the product. So welcome, Rita.
Thank you, Carol. Okay, good morning, everyone. And I'm Rita, and welcome to today's VAT Management webinar, where we will be learning filing VAT the Tally way. So if you have any query, you can as well put it in the chat box. Okay. So today's agenda will be looking at multiple tax rates management, automatic calculations of VAT entries, and then maintain imports with custom entry number. Then we will see how to set items which are tax exempt and also zero rated items. And then we will see how we can do corrections on the VAT summary report and reconciliations. Also, we'll see how to capture statutory adjustments. And then now we will export the VAT Form 3, the Excel, to the KRA sheet. And then we'll have a question and answer session where we'll be able to get back to your questions. So please feel free to drop them in the chat box. So the first thing first, in Tally, we have to set VAT in our company features. So you'll directly go to the company features where we have taxation and enable VAT. They'll say yes, and then set, yes, and then I'll give the percentage as 16% and save. Also, I'll provide the PIN, the KRA PIN, and then the device that I use for ETR. And then I'll just save. Okay, and then I'll go to show you how to set VAT on items. So I'll go to stock items. So for example, Omo. So if Omo is being charged VAT, when I'm creating Omo in Tally, I'll give the name and then the group will specify everything. Then under statutory details, I leave VAT as applicable. Then I have this set or alter VAT details. I don't need to set here because already I've defined from the first place. So for the normal items that are charged VAT, you don't have to specify again here. So I just save the item. But now if we have items that are maybe zero rated, for example, rice, food, for example, rice, that is an item that is zero rated. When we come to statutory details, we have to say yes. And then the tax rate should be 0 and the type 0 rated. So when we are filing VAT, it won't be picking the rate. And then we have some other items like medicine that are tax exempt. So now also for items that are exempt under statutory details, you have to come to set or alter VAT details. You say yes, put 0 and the tax type as exempt, and then you save. Okay. For other items, for example, fuel, they have a different tax rate, that is 8%. So when you are creating this item, you'll create it as an expense. Then also it has a place where you can set the VAT details and put the rate as 8%. I hope we're together there, and I hope I'm not too fast. Now, after you are done creating your items in Tally, you have already set, now you are preparing yourself for the entries. So when you come to vouchers, I'll show you how to do an entry and see how VAT calculates automatically. So I'll come to voucher and do a cell. So you can do the POS cell, or you can do the invoice. I just do a POS cell. And then I'll sell an item, let's say beans. Okay, 2 bags. And then I'll attach VAT. So whenever you have attached VAT, it will calculate automatically because we predefined it at the first place, and then you will be able to proceed with your entries. Okay, so that was it for the POS cell. You can also do a sell, maybe not a sell, but a purchase. You want to purchase fuel. We'll see also how VAT calculates automatically. So I'll put the invoice number, date, and then party account name. You can say you have bought fuel maybe from supplier 4. In particulars, put fuel, amount, and then attach VAT as 8%, and it will be able to calculate automatically. Then I'll save. Okay, so that was it. Also, when we can also be able to do withholding tax in Tally. So our case, I have an entry. Maybe a customer, there's a percentage that is not paying, it is withholding. So first we have to debit withholding tax, the percentage we are withholding, and then credit our customer with the same amount. Also, we are able to set the statutory adjustment, okay, the nature of adjustment. For our case, it's an increase in output tax, so I'll select, and it will show here, used for increasing output and additional details on opening stock. And I can also provide the VAT details here. And then you can save your entry. So automatically that withholding tax will be deducted. Okay. And then now we'll go to the VAT Form 3. So we have the go-to feature, which is a shortcut. You can just go to and then type VAT Form 3. And it will take us there. So now this is the return summary report, or the VAT Form 3. So from the first day you do your entries, after you have prepared you have defined your VAT, Tally prepares you for returns at the end of the period. So for our case, you can just say the period is from for the period of July, 1st of July to 1st July. So it will give you the report as per the transactions you entered in the month of July. So the VAT Form 3 has some particulars, voucher count. So all the total voucher you'll have posted in Tally for the whole month, they'll be brought in the summary. So those vouchers included in return, those vouchers with the VAT element, for example, the purchases, the sales, debit notes, credit notes, all of them will be included here. And then we have other vouchers that do not have the VAT element. For example, when you do a payment or a receipt, you don't need to capture VAT. So the vouchers will be not relevant for return. And then we have uncertain transactions. So uncertain transaction, maybe you have there's a voucher you did and there are some corrections to be made. Tally will direct you where the mistakes are, and you can be able to correct them before you export your data to the KRA sheet. So we can maybe go inside and check the kind of errors, and then we'll be able to correct them. So I'll go inside and see here the type of error. It's saying mismatch due to tax amount modified in voucher. So I can enter into this and see it's telling me the tax amount as per calculation is 2560, but tax as per transaction is 2500, and the difference is 60. So I can directly enter into this voucher and check the error and correct it. So it told me there's a difference of 60. So I'll put here 2560 and then save. So you see, the errors were 3, but now they have reduced to 2. I'll go again and check what errors are remaining. Okay, it's telling me this was a payment. I can go directly to it and check what issue it has. So I made a payment on repair and maintenance, and I can go directly to this ledger and check. Maybe I did not want to charge VAT on repair and maintenance, but now here under set statutory details, I've set it as VAT applicable. That's why it's giving the error. So when this error comes and I don't want to charge a VAT on repair and maintenance, I can be able to exclude this. So just select and exclude this voucher and say yes. So the error has disappeared. Okay, I'm remaining with one. I can go inside and check the error. So it's telling me here, supplier, original invoice number and date error. So I'll go inside and check. So for this kind of voucher, I did not provide the supplier invoice number and also the date. So I can also go inside it, and it's true here. When you come to the supplier invoice number, it's blank, and the date is also blank. So I can give the date, the invoice number, and I can also set the date. It was for 31st July and save. So the error also has disappeared. So when I come back to my VAT form 3, I'm seeing I don't have errors here, so I can proceed to export. Now it will give me a summary of the sales. So as we said, Tally can be able to capture different tax rates, the 8%, the 0 rated, the 16%, and the exempt. So I have a total of taxable sales here. And also I have those which are sales exempt and sales 0 rated. And if you drill down, it can take you directly. You can be able to see that it was as a result of Panadol. You say medicines are sales exempt. Go to the 0 rated. If you drill down, you can see it's as a result of rice, which you said rice is a zero rated item. So when you come to purchases also, we'll be able to see the total of taxable purchases. Those which had an 8%, that was fuel. Even if you go inside, you will see that it was as a result of fuel 8%. And also the normal VAT 16%. And also we had purchase exempt and also purchase zero rated. And then we had imports. So also if you have imports, for example, if you go inside it, we can capture imports with custom entry numbers also in Tally. So you will be provided with the government provides a custom entry number, so you are able to capture it in Tally here and do your record your imports and then save. Also, we have the VAT payable, and then add or less VAT adjustment. So the VAT adjustment will come as a result of the withholding tax that we had seen earlier of 200 shillings. So it will also show the statutory adjustment. So by the end of it all, we're able to know the balance of VAT payable, fundable that you'll be paying to KRA. So after all is done, you have cross-checked your information is right. Now you can do the export. So up here we have the e-export. So you can just go to e-return. And the file format is usual Excel. And then it will ask you where your folder path is. So you are able to just select from Drive. I know my folder is in D Drive. I'll just go to VAT folder and select enter. And then here we have show number of rows to add. I'll enable this to yes. So automatically, Tally is able to tell you to open your KRA sheet and see the number of rows that you're supposed to add in certain columns. So for my case here, in F, I must add 2 rows in F. So I'll go to where my KRA sheet is and open it. So it was located in D. I will open it and do the addition. Okay, so it has directed me, it was F, generated purchases. So I'll go directly to F. And I'm supposed to add two rows. So I'll go to add rows. And then I say 2, then okay. So it was only in F that I was supposed to add 2 rows. So then after adding, I will save my sheet. So I'll save and close it. Okay, now I can come back to Tally and continue the export. I'll say send. So the KRA sheet will be, the Excel will be opening. So it won't take much time. So now we can replace it. And immediately after it's exported and update the rows, it will open. Okay, so we have a record here. So you can see the information from Tally has been exported to the carry sheet. So you can as well see even your figures, you can cross-check if everything is exported and it's all right. You can go to all fields and check and see if all your information has exported up to the last. After you have done exporting and cross-checking, everything is all right. So now you can be able to save your sheet and export to the KRA portal directly. So that was it. It was so simple and didn't consume much of your time. So I think the session has some impact for your business. Thank you. And I call back Carol to proceed with the session.
Yeah, thank you, Rita, for taking us through that awesome demo. So for you business owners, now you know that you're able to prepare yourself for VAT return from the first time you start doing your transaction. And for the chartered accountants, then it becomes very easy for you to file returns for your various customers. I would like to do a recap on what Rita has just taken us through. I hope you're able to view my screen. So one, you've been able to see how Tally can manage multiple tax rates, may it be zero rated, may it be exempt, 8% for fuel, or even 16%. And also it does not compel you to have the VAT. So the VAT is also optional. And then you've seen how it automatically calculates during the entry, and it's able to know whether this one is for 8%, whether that one is for zero rated, and so forth, because you had defined it during the creation of the items and ledgers. Also, if you do imports, you're also able to capture the custom entry number. You're able to do exempt and zero rated, tax. You're able to correct and reconcile even before exporting to VAT Form 3. And Tally simplifies that by directing you or guiding you on where to correct, which is quite simple. You don't need even to go back to the transaction. You do it from that report timely. You're also able to do your statutory adjustment. You're able to, if you have customers that are withholding agents, you're able to capture that automatically in Tally. And when you go to the VAT Form 3, it will be able to reduce. And when you export it to VAT Form 3, on the VAT due page, your withholding tax will be captured there as well. And eventually, you'll be able to get your summary, return summary report, which you'll be able to export to KRA. So just to mention, we are not in any way connected to KRA. So you've seen Rita, play around with the VAT Form 3 before uploading. So it's only when you upload now that you get to share that with KRA. So our work is just ensuring that the process is simplified. And now that Rita has taken you through that, I'm sure you might be wondering, is there an easier way of ensuring that you manage your business on the road? Is a way that you can view your VAT report on the move before the 20th date of the month? Yes, you can. So we have Tally on mobile, which ERP business system solutions have come up with, whereby you're able even to get the analysis of your customers or suppliers data. If you're dealing with stock management, you're able to get a report on the same. You're able to have many users Okay, there's security control, so you'll be able to know whoever has been able to, log in and even maybe do orders and so forth. Also, the data is real time. So on Tally, you can set when to sync, and you don't need internet to view the reports. You just need internet when you're syncing, and then moving forward, you can view your reports without the internet connection. Hence, be able to access your data 24 hours, 7 days a week. You're also able to get graphical trends. I know there are people who love, getting their reports in, the graphical trends. You'll be able to view the performance of your business in that way as well. Quite easy to use, though in case of anything, even in the initial part, we'll be able to take you through the usage. And it also works on Android and iOS for those who might be having a different kind of operating system. Have an awesome weekend ahead.